guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video I am finally going to be sharing what we're using for our history curriculum for the upcoming homeschool year. So we're talking about history finally. I just released my curriculum grade level picks last week and I didn't share a history curriculum, and I meant to say in those videos that this video was coming, but I forgot. So here's the wrap up to include history curriculum. I just had such a hard time figuring out what we were going to be using for history. My friend, like really good friend, Nickie, she has a homeschool YouTube channel as well. It's This Blessed Homeschool Mess. I'll link it down below. Make sure you're following her. We do tons of the same things, and if you guys saw like our text message history about homeschool curriculum, you'd be like, you guys are toxic, like stop this, because it's constantly like, what about this? Or what about this? Just sending each other links and ideas and stuff. So we both have been like scrambling and just trying to figure out what to use for history, because we just haven't found something that works for either of us. And between both of us, we've tried a lot. So anyways, Nickie put together a collab. She asked a bunch of homeschool YouTube moms to share their history curriculum picks. So after you watch my video, go check out Nickie and the entire playlist, because there's going to be tons of ideas on there. So if you don't really like what I'm doing, completely fine. It may not work for you. Go watch the entire playlist. I'm still going to be watching it because I just love homeschool curriculum, and get some good ideas on history. So I made a video a month or two ago when I was in my planning stage, and I'm like, threw out all my ideas of what we were thinking for history. One was knotgrass. That, to be honest, that's what I thought we were going to choose. I was like really set on knotgrass until it showed up at my house, and I'm the type of person that I need it physically in my hands to go through. And so knotgrass just seemed like a little much, a little too textbooky. And it's not that I'm against textbooks at all. It just, I was not meshing with it. I didn't think it was going to work for my kids. And so as much as I like thought that was going to be it, and it was going to be like easy, it just didn't work out. So it may be something we revisit maybe in older years, like middle school and high school, especially when we're working towards, you know, maybe like high school credits and things like that. But for right now, my intention for a history curriculum, specifically American history, is for my kids to just understand the general story, the major events, tell me what happened chronologically in American history. So that was my intention, and that was my goal. And like I said, I don't think knotgrass is bad. It just wasn't going to work for us this year. And those of you wondering, I bought both the Our Star Spangled Story stuff bundle and the America the Beautiful bundle. So I had like an elementary and a middle school, and they just, neither of them were going to work. I also mentioned how we had previously used Gather Round's mini history unit, and we really liked it. Like really, like we had a great time doing it. We were not bored. I thought all learned a lot. It's just the retention level of my kids, and I think how it's broken up. I would have to do all those units, and it's 20 lessons each unit, and it's a lot of reading on my part. And so, you know, will we do those in the future? Probably, but that's not what I was seeing for like this year. I don't remember what other curriculums I said besides the one I chose. But if you have questions on anything you heard me mention of why we're not, and you're curious as to why I didn't choose it, leave it down below in the comments. I will definitely share my thoughts with you guys. So what I decided is I am kind of piecing together our own homeschool history unit for this year. History will be something that we focus on once a week. We only homeschool like at home, like with course books, 3 days a week. So 2 of those days will take science, will take that kind of spot, and 1 day a week American history will take that spot. So I'm going to be piecing together kind of my own unit study. And now I haven't fully figured that out yet. And we're still early. We're not starting our new school year until like mid-July. so I have time. But the resources I've decided to use are the Evan Moore History Pockets. So there is, and I don't think I have them in order, but the American Revolution, the Civil War, Colonial America, Explorers of North America, and Moving West. So these are, and there's tons of videos on them. They're like kind of interactive, like notebooks. You can make a pocket. We're going to use it more notebook style. We're going to get like history notebooks. We'll cut it out and paste the stuff in our notebooks. But there's, you know, reading passages. There's fun little activities. I really like how Evan Moore puts stuff together. So we'll be pulling from these a ton for resources. And then our main reader is going to be the Tuttle Twins American History. Now, I really like the Tuttle Twin books. We have all the book series, and then Nickie reminded me, actually, she's like, you know, they have a history book. And I'm like, oh crap, my kids love Tuttle Twins. Why didn't I think of that? I feel like the way that this was maybe advertised made it seem like a history curriculum. Now that I go back and read it, I'm like, no, not really. But, you know, I think that's where our mind goes as homeschool moms. But so when I got this in the mail, I was like, it's just a big storybook. Like, it's literally like a Tuttle Twins story book, just way bigger. And so it kind of threw me off. I was just like, well, this isn't going to work. Where's my textbook? Where's my scope and sequence? Like, what is going on here? And so that is why I feel like I am going to have to piece it together. I think that this book's going to be great. I've read through, you know, a couple pages just to kind of see, and I think it's engaging. Again, my kids already have that, like, they know the Tuttle Twins. Those are the characters in their books, and I think it will be really easy for them to like absorb and follow along with. With this, I did reach out to the company and asked them, I'm like, hey, if I were to use this as a curriculum, like, do you have a scope and sequence? Do you have a chapter guide? And they don't, because it's a storybook. But they do have, and when you buy this online, I'll link it down below. I don't know if I have a discount link for them, but I have the link down below. You get like a whole bundle with this, and then a whole like PDF companion. And in that does make it more curriculum-ish, because it has like activities and, you know, things to enhance the learning. And so I went through some of those, and like I said, I think it's great. I wouldn't be using it if I didn't think my kids were going to benefit from it. I hope that because it's in the story form with the Tuttle Twin characters, that they're going to be able to retain it. And again, my intention is for them to just get the general story, the main events, like what happened, why is our country the way it is, why are certain things important in our country. Between this reading book and these pocket guides and possibly some other resources, I am going to piece together our history curriculum this year. And again, 1 day a week, nothing crazy. I want to keep it light. I don't want my kids to not enjoy history. So I want it to be enough, but not too much to where they're dreading it. I think history, to be honest, I am just now starting to be like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. Like, I'll watch something on the History Channel where 15 years ago I would have been like, there's no way. I don't care. I think it's something as you get older, you naturally care more about is history. I don't think kids care about it that much, to be honest. There are some kids that think it's really cool, and those aren't my kids. So I'm going to try to make it as painless as possible, as, you know, a learning experience. So when we do choose to do those more in-depth curriculums, they have that general guide baseline of, you know, American history. I think something too, you know, because we tried so many American history courses, you know, we have the explorers and the initial, like, Christopher Columbus and you know, Marco Polo and like those initial things, right? We've done that so many times that I feel like we're going to kind of skip past that a bit and get right into colonial times, right into the revolution, and then build from there. Because I think, like, when you keep trying new curriculums, you keep going through that same part over and over again, and that's really what can be like, like I don't want to do this anymore. We've already done this. So I will be giving more updates. There is some crazy thought in my head to actually make a unit study on this book. I have that feeling in me that I would love to do that. Could I do it before the beginning of school year? I don't know. But I think this could be a great resource if it had something a little bit more as far as like a guide, a lesson plan. But that would require me reading this entire book multiple times, planning it all out and all of that. So we'll see how that goes. But I will be sure to keep you guys updated. So anyways, that is what my plan is right now for history for the upcoming school year. I will be doing it together with my 5th grader and 3rd grader, and my pre-K will get added in with listening to stories, doing pre-K type workbooks and stuff. Nothing serious for him, but that's our plans. I'd love to hear your comments. Leave them down below. Don't forget, Nickie's hosting this collab. Go check out her video and what she's using for history and the entire playlist she put together. Again, I know I'll be watching it because there's always so many great resources. When I did share, and if you haven't seen it, my what to pick for history, oh my gosh, so much help in the comments. Everyone is so awesome. There's so many good resources. You just have to figure out what works in your homeschool. So have a great day, guys. We'll chat soon. Bye.